Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is the Shankly Sessions, and this is your FA Cup semi final preview. Another massive game for the Reds. But before we get into the preview, I'd like to take a moment just to reflect. It is the anniversary of the Hillsborough disaster, and we have to take a moment for the 97. Um, many of them who lost their lives that day, paying the ultimate price and making the ultimate sacrifice for the team that we love so much. Um, so yeah, just take a moment and send our thoughts and prayers to the families at this tough time as we continue to search for justice. On what was such a tragic event that day. I remember it well, watching it on telly as a kid unfolding in front of me, and little did I know what was going to transpire and what was going to come out of it, and the tragedy and the sadness and the upset and how it would affect Liverpool as a city and also Liverpool Football Club. Um, but we bring these 97 angels with us on our shoulders every match day, and I'm sure the team does it every training session and every match day. And hopefully they'll be looking down on us tomorrow at Wembley, Anfield South, and bring us all the luck we need in continuing in our search to land a quadruple this year and certainly progress to an FA Cup final. So our thoughts and prayers are with all the families today of the victims. Um, Rest in peace. Justice for the 97. So let's get into this preview. Anfield South is the battleground. Saturday, 3:30, Man City versus Liverpool. Um, Certainly a rivalry in the making. We seen last weekend a 2-2 draw. This will certainly not turn out to be a 2-2 draw. There's going to be a winner tomorrow. So the question is, will the treble continue for Man City? Will the quadruple continue for Liverpool? Or who's going to be sad tomorrow at 5:30 potentially? Um, it's been a massive week for both teams. Hard fought out draw last Sunday. Um, One of the best draws I've seen played, and the level of football was second to none. I thought we were very lackluster and very much not ourselves, and beaten up a little bit by our own style of play by City. They turned the dial on us, let's say, last week in the first half, but in the second half we came out and we went about it, got back in, and it was a hard fought draw. Obviously we would have preferred to win, but we got the draw, so we're still in the title picture. There's a point in it. But tomorrow, our goal is to get to an FA Cup final. Both teams have had matches in midweek. Certainly, I would imagine City was the tougher. Klopp rang the changes with 7 changes in the Liverpool side. So the players have had their rest. City, on the other hand, full strength, picked up a number of injuries. Looking like Kevin De Bruyne is going to be out, and also Kyle Walker, two very big players for them. But looking at the City squad, with the players that they have to come in, it shouldn't affect them too much. It's more that the battle that they went through with Atletico was a real tough game, a real war of attrition. And it showed the metal that this Man City team at times has sometimes been questioned about. But they showed it on Wednesday night and got through. We go on to meet Villarreal. They go on to meet Real Madrid. And it's going to be very interesting to see how those ties go and who makes it through to the final of the Champions League. We've got 12 games to go if all goes to plan. 12 games. What a position to be in. We would have never thought of this at the start of the season when we were, you know, concerned about FSG. We had only signed Kanate. We were questioning squad depth. We were questioning signings that we needed. And we find ourselves now more or less with a full strength squad. Diogo Jota might be a doubt, but more or less a full squad with strength and depth in abundance. And we went to battle. Interesting stats. City have only managed to claim one FA Cup in Guardiola's tenure so far, 2018-19. But they bring a 10-match unbeaten run in all competitions to Wembley Stadium. Us, on the other hand, we drew with Benfica the other night. But again, I think the slight disappointment of that is totally overshadowed by the fact that we're through to the semi-final and it's job done, and that we had done our business in the first leg, and it was more a case of controlling the players and controlling the tie to get us through. The score was kind of irrelevant in the end, although I don't like to see us ship goals. So the question is, and it's been floating around today on some of the forums and stuff like that, is would you prefer to be in a battle like City were on Wednesday and show your mettle and come out of that with your chin up and your chest out? Or would you prefer to have taken the foot off the gas a little bit, give your players a rest so they can come in fresh for Saturday? And that remains to be seen. That's the big question going into this Saturday game. But yeah, if you look at current form at the moment, as we just spoke about, Man City, of course, and Liverpool, all the W's in the FA Cup form. But in all competitions, Man City with three wins and 3 draws. And for Liverpool, it's 4 wins and 2 draws. The 2 draws, of course, being Man City and Inter Milan. Man City and in this 6, Man City and Benfica, I should say. In team news, we seen Phil Foden coming off with a bandaged head, looking like a little Man City Smurf. It was great to see the shithousery from where he rolled off the pitch and then rolled back on and stuff like that. They were so clever in the way they played at Atletico the other night, and it must have driven Simeone mad that he was getting beaten with his own thing. But Guardiola mentioned after Pep mentioned after the match that they were in big trouble, that they had injuries. So Kyle Walker goes out and Kevin De Bruyne goes out. So they're major doubts for the Wembley trip. I think they're all confirmed but out. But they do have backup there in Gundogan, and also they can move Cancelo across, or they could use Stones. They can bring in Zinchenko. They've loads of options there, Man City. So I don't expect that. I know Kevin De Bruyne is a massive player for them. No doubt about that. Losing him would be a big loss. But we seen at the start of the season when he was out a couple of times and Gundogan came in, he was scoring goals and he was on fire at the start of the season. Also, Diaz and Jesus are also going to be available, so it'll be interesting to see what tactics Guardiola deploys this time in the FA Cup. Will it be the same as he deployed last Sunday, or will he change it up a bit? I'm sure looking at the first half when he looked at it last week, they should have been out of sight. So I think he might have been more disappointed in the draw than we were, because we started off absolutely woeful in the first half, but made up for it in the second half. So looking at the possible lineups, if you look at Man City, we're looking at Ederson, Cancelo, Stones, Laporte, Nathan Ake. Ake, who's playing absolutely brilliant at the moment. He's outstanding for Holland at the minute. Seen him play there a few weeks ago. Absolutely looks the business. Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Gundogan, Jesus, Sterling, and Grealish comes in. For Liverpool, Alisson, Trent, Konate, I think will hold his place. Showed some really good form there. Got his goal there during the week as well. Took it lovely. Van Dijk, Robertson, Henderson, Fabinho, Thiago, Salah, Jota, and Mane. Talk at the moment that Keita might come in for Henderson. Be a very attacking midfield, but I think he'll probably go initially with the safer option of Henderson, Fabinho, and Thiago. And in fairness, after last week, Henderson and Fabinho have a lot to make up for in this game because they were really poor last week. Where do we go in terms of the betting? It's tight enough now. I mean, I don't know how much it has changed since Pep declared the 2 boys injured, but when we looked at it, was Man City are 6-4. The draw is 12-5, and Liverpool are 17-10. So it's Man City are clear favourites on this. In terms of a prediction, I'm going with 2-1 Liverpool. Now, I know if you check out our Premier League preview and FA Cup preview that I did with Darren, Darren had mentioned that he thought it might be a high-scoring draw and that Liverpool might pip it in extra time after the war that City had gone through with Atletico, and he was predicting 3-2 in extra time to Liverpool, which is a scoreline I wouldn't be too upset about. I don't care how we get through, so long as we get through. But I think we'll see a much better performance out of Liverpool. I think they'll have learned a lot from that first half last week, and they'll have learned a lot from Man City in the way that they bypassed the press and they put the press on us basically. So it was a lot of a changing of the guard in terms of they switched us up. They played that little switcheroo where they were nearly beating us up at our own game. Obviously, we know how dangerous these guys are. Absolutely brilliant from back to front. The quality is unbelievable. But this could be a pivotal game if we can get over the line in this one and get to the FA Cup final. Who knows what might transpire in the league. And then we can obviously, once we got this FA Cup out of the way tomorrow, we can park that if we get through and just leave that final in the distance. We can start putting things in the distance, and then we can start focusing. We got United down, one of our biggest rivals, on Tuesday, who have their own injury concerns. So I'm not overly worried about that. We will be dropping a preview on that. Both myself, I think Darren and Mark will be doing a Liverpool Man United preview for that game on Tuesday. Massive game. United would like nothing more than to upset our league run, our title race run. And of course, we'd like nothing more than to absolutely hockey them and put a bag load of goals past them and lay down a marker. But we shall see. But at the moment, the focus is all on 3:30 Saturday. Massive FA Cup semi-final. We renew our acquaintances with Man City after a tough week for them this week. And a tough week for us as well, but in a different way, kind of emotional because of Hillsborough, but also running out 3-3 at Anfield. We made the game a lot closer than it really should have been. But I would hope that Mo Salah is on fire tomorrow. This is his opportunity to step up now. He's been flattering to deceive over the last couple of months since he came back off the AFCON, and he really needs to put in a performance. Mane, of course, who we know loves a goal against City, and Jota, as we know, can be an absolute pest. But who knows? Is there a place for Bobby Firmino after putting 2 goals in the other night? Maybe he fancies a couple down at Wembley. Who knows? But it's going to be a fabulous game. It's going to be a spectacle. 2 of the best teams in the world go at it again. And these are the games that these players should live for. So this time, go in, first half, no nerves. Go out there. We are Liverpool. This is our week. Hillsborough anniversary and all that. Let's hope that 97 Angels is looking down on us and we get the result that we want. Drop your predictions down in the comments there, Reds. Let us know what you think. This has been the Shankly Sessions. If you want to contact the show, we're on Twitter at Sessions Shankly. We're on Gmail, The Upper Tier Podcast, Facebook and Instagram, The Upper Tier. And we're also out on TikTok, dropping clips every day. You can hit us up there also. Here we go, Reds. Number 2 in the quadruple coming up tomorrow. Let's get to this final. Let's do this, Redman.